Rachana is a young intern working at the Indian Express, a big newspaper. While most interns are busy making photocopies or getting coffee, Rachana is already handling a serious story about strange accidents happening on a flyover in Bengaluru. Yep, she's not here to mess around. She's very serious about her job. But while working hard at the office, she also starts liking Aditya, a senior crime reporter. Let's be honest, he's smart, experienced, and probably walks around like he's in a detective movie. So of course, Rachana asks him for help with her story. Just the story. Totally not because she likes him. Probably. As part of her research, Rachana starts visiting the flyover regularly. That's when she notices something strange. Every day, some drivers are moving the big concrete blocks in the middle of the road. These blocks are there to stop people from making illegal U-turns. But some drivers think, why take a long route when I can move this huge block and take a shortcut? After making their U-turn, they leave the blocks in random places, like they're playing Jenga with traffic rules. This creates a big mess and causes accidents. Some are really bad, and people even lose their lives. One day, Rachana sees a homeless man sitting near the flyover. She starts talking to him and finds out this guy has been watching the road every day, and he's been writing down the license plate numbers of the people who move the blocks. Basically, he's doing the job of 5 traffic cameras. He gives the list to Rachana, and with help from someone in the traffic department, yes, she has contacts now, she finds out who the drivers are. Rachana plans to meet these people and ask them why they did it. She wants to include their answers in her article to make people aware. But the first person she tries to meet dies. Yep. Just like that. Plot twist. The police take Rachana into custody. They think she's connected to the death. Not exactly what she had in mind for her internship. A senior officer doesn't believe her, but a junior cop named Sub-Inspector Nayak does. He thinks she's telling the truth and decides to help. Nayak starts investigating and finds something creepy. Everyone on the list, every single person who moved the blocks, has died. And all of them died on the same day they took the illegal U-turn. Coincidence? Nope. Something fishy, and possibly ghostly, is going on. The next day, the homeless man gives Rachana another number. It belongs to a lawyer who also made the illegal U-turn. Rachana and Nayak rush to his house to warn him. The lawyer seems fine. He's probably wondering why 2 random people just showed up yelling about U-turns. But later that day, he dies too. Now it's clear, this is no normal case. It feels like something supernatural is involved. Ghosts, curses, maybe both. Rachana goes back to the flyover and sees 2 young guys move the blocks. She panics and calls Nayak. He quickly locks the guys in an old police station cell to keep them safe. Smart idea. But sadly, the guys get into a fight and end up killing each other. Yeah, didn't see that coming. At this point, Rachana decides to do the unthinkable. She moves the blocks herself and takes the illegal U-turn. She's hoping that if she becomes a target, she'll finally find out what's really happening. Bold move, intern. Bold move. That night, she meets a ghost named Maya. Maya tells Rachana that she and her young daughter, Arna, died in an accident on that same flyover. Someone had moved the concrete blocks, and their car crashed into them. Since then, Maya has been haunting the place and killing anyone who moves the blocks. In her eyes, they are all responsible for her and her daughter's deaths. Maya tries to kill Rachana too, but Rachana pleads with her. She says, "Give me a chance. I'll find the real person who moved the blocks that day." Surprisingly, Maya agrees. Ghosts can be reasonable too, it seems. Rachana and Nayak work together and finally find the phone number and address of the person who moved the block on the day Maya died. But how do you give info to a ghost? Easy. Rachana writes the details on a balloon and leaves it at the flyover. Yep. Balloon mail for ghosts. You don't see that every day. That evening, Rachana invites Aditya over for dinner. Just a nice, peaceful evening until she dials the number she found and Aditya's phone rings. She realizes that the accident may have happened because of him. She tells him he's responsible for the deaths of Maya and her daughter. But Aditya says, "Wait. I didn't do it. I gave my bike to a friend that day. So maybe it was the friend who moved the block." Classic blame the friend situation. But then, one final twist. It turns out, it wasn't Aditya. Not even his friend. The person who moved the block was actually Maya's husband. Yep. Her own husband. Maya's ghost is already at Aditya's house, ready to kill him. But at the last moment, her husband arrives and confesses everything. He never meant to hurt anyone. He had no idea his small action would lead to such a tragedy. Full of guilt, he tries to jump from the balcony. But Maya stops him. She says, "No. Dying is not your punishment. Living with the pain is." That hits hard. This movie shows us that even small, careless actions, like moving a block to take a shortcut, can cause huge problems. A few seconds saved can cost lives. Literally. The next time you're in traffic and think, "Let me just move this block and zip through," remember, Maya the ghost is watching. And she's not a fan of shortcuts. The film also reminds us to own up to our mistakes. Hiding the truth, blaming others, or pretending nothing happened doesn't fix anything. Rachana, the brave intern, proved that one person can make a big difference, even if they're unpaid and overworked. So be careful, follow the rules, and don't mess with roadblocks. You never know who's watching.